introduction, lead generation intro. We will talk about the audience growth, lead magnet creation, email opt-in and email providers. We will kind of talk about both of those, what works best, and then some email magic. So here's the introduction. For those of you who have never met yet, my name is Margaret Phiri. I'm often known as Maggie, which is my nickname. So please address me as Maggie. If you have any questions, please reach out, send us an email. We can be reached at info@mprintcreations.com. I have been the owner of Imprint Creations for the past 16 years, started out as a solopreneur, and I am based in Atlanta, Georgia, left corporate in 2008 and have never looked back. I love what I do. I love all of my clients. So if you are watching this, there was something here, definitely let's continue to partner, and hopefully there may be some ways that I may be able to serve you. I have been working with marketing and branding and communications for companies for 16 years. So I pretty much know this like the back of my hand. So any questions, again, you can reach me at info@mprintcreations.com. Thanks. Let's get started. So we're going to talk about lead generation today. So with lead generation, and as you see, so is my favorite word. Lead generation is important for business growth, and we're going to discuss the key components to effective lead generation strategies. So with your audience, we have some strategies where we're going to talk about growing your audience and increasing your reach. You've heard that saying that goes, your vibe attracts your tribe, your followers, your replays. Those are all people who are within your audience, who are listening to you, who are paying attention to you. You don't get customers, you get leads. Let's talk about this. Most often in business, new business people often say, how do I get customers? Well, where do I get customers from? You don't start off getting customers. The biggest place you can focus on is filling up your leads, getting new leads every day, every week, every month. Whatever strategies you are using to either spend ads or do webinars or do events, your goal is to get leads into your pipeline. You don't straight away get customers because people don't know you. So we have to start off somewhere, and we have to start off with getting leads. How do we get leads? This image on the left-hand side speaks directly to that. You have to have some sort of magnet, something that will attract people's attention. And today's world, where people are inundated with so much information, you are really going to have to be strategic about getting people's attention and getting them into your pipeline. So those are some of the things regarding lead generation, what we can do, what are they, and let's talk about some examples of what that looks like and what that is. Who is in your audience? That's right. Let's talk about who is in your audience, what that looks like. A client is a contact who is using your service. That is what a client is, straight up and down, right? We know what that is. When we talk about leads, if you have a hot lead, that's a contact you're using to communicate with, right? So that's someone who is actively communicating with you. You can have some leads who are basically soft leads, but you're not actually communicating. You put something out, they don't respond, or the hot ones are the ones who you send out an email and they respond, or you have a promo and you make an offer and they purchase. Those are actually going to go from a hot lead into a client because you were able to convert them. I mentioned about the other leads who don't respond. Those actually turn into cold prospects. That is a contact who is no longer communicating with you. They may have been communicating at one point, but now they are no longer communicating with you. So that is the difference there. Cold prospects, those show minimal interest at all to what you have to offer. And the last segment that we have here, those are people who are in the other box. So I kind of think of them like your kitchen drawer where you put everything in it. Those are people who are everything else, that don't respond, don't do anything. I don't know. They just look and watch. They don't participate. Those are the everything else people that go into that category. And on the left, we have, the graphic just reinforces leads, prospects, customers. That's what we want to focus on: our hot leads, our client, and our cold prospects as well. We could actually get them to start communicating as well. So let's talk about different ways that we can actually grow our audience. Even if you have an audience of one, you'll be surprised the things that you can do to actually start growing your audience. Because even if you have nothing, even if you have a email list of 10,000 people, or just an audience of one in your email list, this, whatever your starting place is, we are going to work on growing that. So first of all, let's talk about the place that a lot of people all over the world know, and that is Facebook. Facebook used to have a limit of 5,000 followers or 5,000 friends that you could have. And now you are able to add unlimited followers into your Facebook following. That's just on your own personal account, right? This is not necessarily your page. I'm talking about your personal profile that shows just your page, you and your friends. This is where you grow your who and who you are trying to attract, who you're going to be talking to. We're going to put aside your Facebook business page and all of that. We're just going to talk about your personal page where you have auntie, mommy, and family, but those people are not going to necessarily support your business. One of the key things I made initially was depending on family and friends. That those people, even though they love me and they care about me, they are not my ideal clients. So what was happening is I was talking to an empty room. And what needs to happen is I need to find people who will fill my room, who will actively engage with me. But how do I do that? So we're going to look at a few ways in how to actively get people into that classroom, how we can grow our audience. Because right now we need to fill our who. Facebook has a pay to play, right? You have to get ads. Facebook, as wonderful as it is, has a pay to play. You have to use paid ads to get new leads. And there's several different campaigns that you can run in Facebook. But before we talk about spending money, let's look at ways that you can actually increase your followers without spending money. And the number one way to do that is posting consistently on your own personal page. For whatever reason, if you're nervous about, oh, what will they say? Oh, I'm scared to go live. And, I know people have a lot of things that they go through, or even if you're an introvert, if that's not your personality, there's still things that you can put out there to kind of show what you're going to be known for, what you are, what your business is about, and how you can get new people into your pipeline. So, but you have to be consistent. Whatever it is, you have to be consistent in your business, because people need to see that you're not going to come and disappear after, posting 3 times and then it's silence for 6 months. That's not going to work. So let's talk about different ways. We have yesterday and today. When I mention yesterday, I'm kind of thinking, let's say circa 2015, okay, versus 2024. So I kind of have the caveman there, but I was exaggerating. In today's world, we have AI. So let's kind of look at the different things that were available. Even some of these still are effective today, but these are some popular ways that back in the early 2000s that people were using in order to market their business. Paid Facebook ads. They would go to Facebook groups where you can reach out to people in those groups. You could do prospecting. You can go to meetup groups, trade shows, and cold calling. In 2024, I pray nobody is doing any cold calling because that is the biggest ick ever. Nobody appreciates calls or unwarranted texts. Everybody hates those text messages that come in and it's just a business text. That is the worst thing that you can do to someone who's not even interested or wants your services. So in today's market, here we go. I already mentioned that posting on your own social media profiles is the number one way. There's a young lady who started a Facebook group that I'm aware of this year. And because she posted consistently on every day, she was posting for did the 30-day challenge where you post every day. And she went live every day and started a Facebook group and literally grew it to 800 people in 30 days because one beautiful thing about going live is that the replays, right? The ROI is right there and it does not cost you anything. People go back and watch it from all over the world. Once that algorithm hits you, boom, it just takes off and people started joining, and it didn't cost any money. It does cost you the ability to come out and step out of your comfort zone. That is a cost, but you have to decide within yourself, are you going to be broke or are you going to step out in faith and try something different? Not only stepping out on faith, but there's a proven method that it does work. Going live does work. Going live does let your audience know, hey, I'm here. If you need XYZ, whatever service you provide, I am here. I am your person. This is what I do. Make the offer and let your people who are your tribe, your vibe, they're going to follow you and join whatever service or programs you're offering. Podcasts is another great way to market yourself and actually get your name out there, as well as speaking engagements. Now, some speaking engagements may have a cost to them. Some podcasts may have a cost to them. Most don't if you're a guest, but you get to speak about your services and products and offerings that you have. So in 2024, podcasting is such a blooming business. It is awesome. So many people are millionaires from podcasting. There's so many ways that you can actually start your own. But first of all, one more here, professional groups such as example BNI, which is really good because in essence, they become your own sales team, right? So BNI is a paid professional referral group for businesses and they meet monthly, weekly, whatever the group decides on that you get involved in, and they basically refer you. So there are costs associated with it, but like any professional group, I'm a member of 2 professional business groups, and I found that in my time, the ones that I paid for, those actually, I ended up getting much more ROI than the free groups. So BNI is definitely one that's highly recommended. Whatever industry or service you're in, you may want to look up what works for yours. So those are some 2 examples. Let's look at some more. I did mention being consistent. And this is another one. People have to see your brand 7 times before they purchase. Last week, I read that it was 7 times a day before they purchase. Again, this goes back to the whole thing where in today's world, we're inundated with so much information on TV, on radio, on your phone, in your family, in your life. It takes up to someone seeing something 21 times before they actually join and put money down. And I remember there's a popular influencer marketer who started a program back in early 2000s. And I remember I looked at her and I thought, oh, that's nice. Okay. But I wasn't willing to pay. I just kept pushing it off. And last year, And I finally joined. And I remember within myself, I said, what was it? I don't know, but it's that whole psychology. There's an actual psychology, which I'm sure most of you know, that it took that long for me 21 times because she ran her program. I joined in the 21st class because I kept putting it off, putting it off. But that was a prime example of how people need to see something 7 times a day before they actually purchase. What does that look like? That could be a podcast, that could be a social media post, a graphic. Something needs to come in front of them on a daily basis before they actually purchase. So when you think about if somebody starts a business and they're wondering, nobody's purchasing. Well, what are you doing to put yourself out there? Are you being consistent? Are you, and there it is, the digital age, it is 7 times a day. And also, the most important thing in 2024 with AI and all the resources that are available on the internet, you have to provide information that offers value. And those are some of the key things because you are the leader in your space. Those are some of the key things that'll make your lead magnet successful. It has to be successful when you have a lead market that you can take to your audience and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing XYZ. So this is what my lead magnet can offer. This is the lead magnet that you create. You get people to download it. You get their email address. And just like that, you are the industry, you are the leader in your industry. So you provide that information. Let's talk about creating your actual lead magnets. So let's talk about the different types of lead magnets that you can actually create. Depending upon the industry that you're in, oh my God, there's so many lead magnets. Let's go through a couple. You can have ebooks, checklists, templates, toolkits, white papers, case studies, webinars, quizzes, free trial demos, discount coupons, contests and giveaways. Those actually work very well as surveys, resource lists, mini courses. A podcast episode could serve very well as industry reports for whatever industry you're in. This is an example of just 16 different ways that these lead magnets can be effective in attracting and converting your audience by offering them the value of content in your industry. So again, look at these 16 different types of lead magnets that you can create. Even a checklist of 20 things, a checklist of 10 things, a case study. And depending on the industry that you're in, this serves as a very good example. So we're actually going to do one today. We're going to create a lead magnet. And so it's 3 simple steps. We're actually going to use Canva. And we're actually going to do this in real time. We're going to create our lead magnet and we're going to save it as a PDF because all of this has to live somewhere. So it's going to live on your website. And the best way to put this is if it's a document is a PDF. Of course, if it's a podcast, you can put it on whatever Vimeo or YouTube, whatever platform serves best for video. If it's a podcast or audio, whatever it is, with those 16 examples I gave. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at let's start with creating our own lead magnet in Canva. I'm going to switch gears here. This is Canva and we're going to start it from scratch. And I'm going to start off with something very simple. If this is something that is going to be in Canva, I'm going to create a very simple, I'll get a template. Let's use an ebook cover. And I just type that in once I'm in Canva. And this does make a difference because this account that I'm using is a paid account. So some of these features are not going to be on the free Canva account, but you will be able to get the gist of what I'm doing here today. So while my computer is a tad bit slow as it gets set up here and everything is going to populate in a moment, I'm going to select an ebook template. And let's say there's so many different options with Canva, and I love it. So if I'm going to, let's use, this looks like something we can work with. That is great. So the beautiful thing about Canva is, okay, there we go. We got it situated. The beautiful thing about Canva, for one, you can change the brand by clicking the template style. You see how you have so many different options. You can use the light, the dark, you can change the colors to whatever works best for you and whatever you feel is going to be the best. So what we're going to create today, and I'm going to use that for my cover, and I'm going to use, oh, I kind of like this. Let's use this one. Oh, yes, I do like this. So I'm going to use this for contents and for my, and again, this is just a basic outline I'm creating. This is not necessarily how the end product will look. So I just basically added three slides to my ebook, and I am having a hard time reading this font. So let's go ahead and change it for right now. This is a signature font, which is a little bit difficult. I am going to select Oswald. Okay, Canva, be nice. By clicking the signature, that is, let me pick something that's really easy to use, to see rather. So we're gonna go with good old-fashioned Beavis. And let's say our title is going to be, let me just quickly change this. And of course, I can manipulate this to be whatever I want. And since I am working on this, is in real time, people, so please bear with me as I'm working through this. Perfect. Whatever your headline is going to be. But you know what? Since I'm talking about eight income streams, let's find something to do with money. So I am going to find an image that has income. Right? Because right now, even though I do like that she is working with on her computer, I kind of like this right here. And we're gonna, just like that, perfect. That fit perfectly. I can always adjust it a little more. You can expand it, bring it in, bring it out, just like that. That works for this purpose. I am good with that. So I'll put my subtitle here. And I will go ahead, and you can always put your logo or anything else that you need to add. Slide number 2 are contents. I have my introduction, everything else that you need. And we're going to, I'm literally going to put in, I'm just going to delete that. So we're going to start here, move that to the top. And I am just going to literally hit delete. This is not working. So we're just going to delete that section, and we're going to add some text. So we are going to, this is simple as add a text box. And there it is. So by expanding that, I already have the text that I want to add. I will just start off with this. Again, this is real time, so my computer is lagging there, but that's okay. Let me grab my text from my Word document, edit, select all, and control copy. And let's go ahead and paste that in here. Whether we're creating an ebook or if this is going to be a simple list, whatever you decide for it to be, we are just going to make it work. And there is my text copied over finally. The beautiful thing about Canva, again, is that I can simply get my text and then go to, where is I can make this smaller so that it all fits. There is I don't want to rewrite that. There is a button that allows me to change all of this so that it looks, let me reformat this. Okay, so we're going to start with, let's justify this first. Exactly, left justify, and let's make it bulleted. So I did copy it with the numbers next to it, but you get my point here, is that it is easy to edit this. And it is, oh boy, look at that spelling typo. That's a good example. And I can easily remove that. And guess what? This in itself, if I had more time, I would definitely add more information to each one of these bullet points, such as earned income, explaining that would be income from a working job. Profit income would be an example of income from buying and selling. Interest income would be income from lending money. Residual income would be income to get paid after the work is done. Dividend income would be from owning stocks, rental income, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you could fill in that information just to give it a little bit more value to the person who's downloading this. Because this is free information, free in the sense that they are going to be giving you their email address afterwards, you want to be able to include some sort of value with it, right? So you could explain it a little bit more what each one of those bullet points is. If I was really creative, I would have made each one of these 8 bullet points a page. I would add a graphic and I would expand more on each one, what earned income is, what that looks like working from a job, and how you can make that an income. So I would explain it a little bit more. And if I were to do that, I would make it an ebook. It all depends upon the value that you want to add. At this point, I'm just going to use my cover page and this second page as an example. So here, all I do now is select the share button, click on download. And because I'm going to make this my mini ebook, I am going to make this a standard PDF because I'm not printing it, right? And Canva does allow you, if you're actually going to be printing something, they do allow you to print from Canva and be able to have it mailed to wherever you are. So those are my selections. And I have selected, all the files here, all pages. If I had 40 pages, they would all be selected. I have no notes, so I'm going to click download. And it is doing its thing. It is downloading it, and I'm going to download it onto my documents, onto my computer rather. And while that is going, it's taking a minute here. Just bear with me while my computer catches up. Perfect. There it is. So it is showing up on my computer downloads, and I'm literally just going to hit save as is, as the PDF. And while it is saving, I'm going to open that up so we can take a look and see what that looks like. And there it is, the final end product. So while that is opening up, we're going to transition back into our PowerPoint and continue on with the rest of, there it is as it is opening up. Perfect. So we get to look at what we just created. And here is our final PDF. That's the cover we chose. It's not really exciting, but we're able to view it. And if I were to go to page 2, we can see the preview on the left, and there it is, earned income. So whatever you decide, if this is going to be my final PDF that I'm going to use for my lead magnet, if I'm in finance and I offer this or finance or something to do with money, what again, it falls in whatever industry that you're in. I just use this as an example for 8 income streams, because some people might not know all 8 different income streams. So here's something that they could use. And again, I would add a little bit more meat to it, and unless you're making it just as a list. If it's going to be a list, I would just make it page 2. So now that we have that, let's get back into our PowerPoint training. All right, so website opt-in and email providers. We are talking about that next. What is an opt-in? Do you recall every time you've gone to a website and there's always something that says enter your email or enter your password? Or if you see a sponsored ad on Facebook and they tell you about something really great, a really great package of service, and you're really interested in it. But first, you have to provide your email address. There is nothing for nothing in 2024. You have to give up something. So when you see that, enter your email, enter your password to register. You don't always have to create a password. The ones that you create a password and make it extra complicated, those are often abandoned. When it's easier for people to just create an opt-in that allows them to enter their email address, name at a minimum, and that's it, and they register. So that's what it looks like with an opt-in page. And what is an opt-in? An opt-in is a page. They formerly used to call those as a subscribe page on websites. It could be on the footer of your home page, on every page. Those are where you typically find the sign up for our newsletter or sign up for this or that. But that's what it typically is on a website, where visitors can choose to opt in to receive communications such as promotional emails or newsletters from you in your business. And also, an opt-in is a powerful tool for growing your audience and engaging your customers and driving conversions on your website. For example, there are social media posts. If you go to my Instagram, you will see where a couple of posts I've got, my own email lead magnet, and I have, because Instagram, for example, does not allow you to use links onto Instagram. And I would just say, DM me, you're interested, DM me this message, and I will send you the link. And the link is a direct link to where people can sign up for my newsletter and get exactly whatever it is I'm offering or selling for that month. So that is another way that you can use it on social. But it's very powerful for growing growing your audience and engaging with people. If you have an event, they can sign up and get tickets, and driving conversions, that's another way for $9.99 when it's regularly $24.99. So click on this link and get it now. So those are some of the typical things that you've definitely seen on social media and on websites. So that is what an opt-in is. Let me tell you a funny story. When I first started doing websites, I always felt like they were spelling it incorrectly and it should be options. I always felt like, okay, what is happening here? What is opt-in? It should be options. And until I actually got into it and I found that it's actually opt-in, the dash in the middle definitely does help when you're looking at it to understand it's opt-in versus, just options or whatever else it looks like. So, email series. There are a plethora of different email marketing providers available in 2024. These are just some of the bigger ones. You may recognize some brands, some logos. This is taken from Tech Win It Solutions. But this is just an example in 2024 of all the different ones. Now, the good thing is there's some free ones, typically up until 500 subscribers on your list. And then after 500 subscribers, you do have to pay a fee to be able to have an account with them. But, Constant Contact, MailChimp, ConvertKit, those are all different email marketing providers. They are a plethora, and you just have to select what works for you. Mind you, this list could go on for 20 pages deep. There are so many different types of email marketing providers. When you find what works for you within your budget, after you've reached that 500 subscribers, active subscribers, or just, subscribers period, and you have to pay, each one provides different services based upon what you're looking for in your industry. If you are not, I would definitely recommend two from this list. Constant Contact does have a really great package, and if you're interested, you could sign up under my. I do partner with them, and you could get 3 months off for a percentage for 2024. I do have a discount code. Just email me at info@mprintcreations.com. I'll be happy to send you that link as well as that discount code for 3 months, where you'll be paying less than $20 a month. So that is Constant Contact. Another one that's really good, especially for new people who are just starting out, is MailChimp. It is super user-friendly, and just like Constant Contact, they also have great benefits. MailChimp does have up until 500 subscribers to use their services. They've also, Constant Contact does offer text messaging, but MailChimp does offer that, but you do have to pay. That is an additional fee that you do have to pay for. I would recommend any one of these. Again, it just depends on what you're looking for in order to make it work for your business. So there is so much regarding email. Just before we even start talking about this, and I get into this slide with all this text, I always hated this text. I didn't want to break it apart because I felt there was so much information in it. And let's talk about the benefits of email marketing. This is everything regarding email. You would have direct communication with your audience, with your customers. It's cost effective, depending on the ROI you put into it. You have reach and engagement with email. You can personalize it. You can automate it. You can show measurable results, which emails were opened, which weren't opened. You can track all of that information. You're able to build relationships with your customers via email. There's some people who used to come up to me and say, Maggie, why do I need a website? Why do I even need email? I have Instagram. I do all of that stuff on Instagram. The beginning of March 2024, Facebook and Instagram went down. There was some hack going on, and it went down for a couple of hours. This freaked out a lot of businesses because a lot of people did not know what to do. They did not know how to reach their client. And if you don't have a basic list in your arsenal of information in your business, you're in trouble, because if you're depending upon good old Facebook, what happens if tomorrow Mark Zuckerberg decides to shut down Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp? What happens to your customers? What happens to your income? What happens to your livelihood? You have to have a way in order to be able to contact your customers directly, and email is the best effective way. Now we're past the dark ages. You remember in the beginning, I had a caveman image showing a caveman painting. We're past the days of individual, unless it's an individual project you're working on with a client, but you can't be sending out mass emails on your own email if you have 5,000 people in your list that you need to work with. So this is why it is so important, even if you just do a free email marketing one, to where you set it up and you're able at one time to set up an email series that has a welcome. When somebody joins, it goes through a welcome series. It goes through a follow-up for this 2 days, 3 days. There's so many different flow charts that you can follow, but these are all reasons why it is so important to have everything email. I'm such an advocate for it with email marketing, and you literally in 2024 are leaving money on the table in your business if you are not emailing your clients and selling and making an offer for your business, because some things are better if you just make an offer. You could be having an offer for 24 hours and it's not for the public, but just for a specific set of people, for your A clients, and they could get it. And you might want to work with 3 or 4 of them for those 24 hours. That allows you to, perhaps for a VIP day, for example, and you only want 3 people that you want to work with. Boom. That's probably $3,000 in your pocket instantly. And so you're literally leaving money on the table if you are not utilizing email marketing, getting people onto your mail list and getting started. So these are just a few of the different ways that we're talking with email. Now, how can I help you today? What works best? I'm not going to go through each one of these. You can take your time. You can screenshot this. You can read it. You can do whatever you want, but use the information is right here. So here's my offer for today. Of course, I have an offer. You can grab your phone and scan it if you're using your phone to join this webinar. The link will be provided. It is on my website. This directs you directly to my website. My offer today is as follows. I have an offer. If you just need a lead magnet, it is offer number 1 for $149. That's it. If you just need me to create any one of those 16 different types of lead magnets that I showed previously, that is $149. That is the investment for just the creation of it. Offer number 2, if you want something a little bit more, we can create a lead magnets plus 4 emails. That would be 4 emails in perhaps an email a week, or if you want to spread them out, an email once every 2 weeks, or you could spread those to once a month. That would be an investment of $582.50 for offer number 2. Offer number 3, if you already have your lead magnet and you just need me to help you come up with your emails, what you target them specifically for your audience, put that together, put it on autopilot so that this runs smoothly. Those 4 emails are an investment of $433.50. That is an investment for just 4 emails for your business. If you say, you know what, Maggie, let me start off with something a little bit smaller. Let me look at offer number 4. And that is available for only 2 emails that you could use perhaps in a month. You could use them in a month bi-weekly for an investment of $233.50. So this offer would work with both your lead magnet and your email and your emails. So whichever offer works for you, scan the QR code, sign up, and I will follow up with you. Jordan or I will follow up with you within 24 hours. via email, and we could set up a one-on-one consult and get you started right away. So this is perfect for whatever business, whatever email marketing company you're using. We're able to adapt to it and work with it. So scan the QR code, go to Print Creations, and let me get there. We'll do it in real time. If you go to my website, mprintcreations.com/email marketing. This has all the information that you need, and this will allow you to sign up. It's a limited time offer, so be sure to sign up. This is where the QR code will take you, and you can sign up. And if you scroll down, you can sign up if you're interested. This just recaps what's involved and what you would be getting for any one of the offers that I have before. So if you literally click on the button, oops, I went too far. Again, the URL is mprintcreations.com/email-marketing. Here are the 4 offers again. Click on whichever offer works for you, and you'll be able to make your investment payment. We will follow up with you right away, and we can get you started. Please submit any questions that you have in the chat. We'll respond. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to myself or my assistant Jordan at info@mprintcreations.com. Again, this is Maggie. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you for your time.